Good day. How's it going? Okay. Boy, like, I don't know what's going on. Why the letters didn't come up?
The letters?
Yeah.
Oh, there they are.
Okay. Good day. Welcome to the Great White North Canadian Corner. I'm Bob McKenzie. This is my brother Doug.
How's it going, eh?
How's it going, eh? I'll be talking about the changes I made to Iron Dusk 33's Missives mod. Before you install this mod, it's best to submit all your current active Missives quests. Even though you haven't picked up the quests from a board, they are still considered active, so some things might be missing from a quest, but everything should work as normal. Worst comes to worse, you could just discard the missive and fail the quest. If you really want to pass a specific quest, contact me here on YouTube or Nexus and tell me what quest it is, which hold, and where you are in the quest. I will tell you the console commands to use to move the quest forward, and once all the old versions of the quests have been refreshed, everything should work smoothly. Before we start with the many quest changes, I'll start with the changes to the Missive Board itself. A load notification now appears above the Missives Board when the board is inaccessible and loading new quests. I'll admit a lot of the options are really ugly because when I was perusing the Skyrim meshes folder looking for something to use, I came across an unused animated bird mesh. It's ugly though, so I tried to fiddle with the way the texture is applied and it looks alright now, but some options just look really bad. I also found other meshes in game and provided them as options as well. You can pick which specific loading notification you would like to see or just have it randomly selected. Shout out to me Hale and his Ravens mod for being one of the options. Also, when you walk past the board, an optional countdown timer when the board will update next can be displayed in the top left corner of the screen in several different formats or not at all. On top of adding all the new quest bounties to the SKSE menu, I've also added new menu screens, and they are quantity and duration. Quantity menu allows you to edit the amounts needed for the various gather collect item quests. Please be careful when editing these values and make sure the min amount is always equal to, or less than the max amount. The duration menu allows you to edit the time needed to complete the various courier quests. Also changed is the vanilla bounty quests dialogue. Just the dialogue to start the bounty quest has been changed. The vanilla bounty quests have not been touched.
Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter.
I was spoiled by missives that I can pick to start or not to start a quest, so I wanted the same for the vanilla bounty quests.
Alright then. Remind me not to make you angry.
First, the quest can be started by any barkeep in the hold. For instance, if you're in the Whiterun hold, you can go to the Bannered Mare in Whiterun, the Frostfruit Inn in Rorikstead, or the Sleeping Giant Inn in Riverwood. Speak to the barkeep and start the quest. The way it works is you will see the normal dialogue you have always seen. I'm looking for work. Got any leads? When you select this option instead of the quest starting, you will be given the note to start the quest.
Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter.
Then the barkeep or steward will have a new dialogue option dependent on the type of bounty quest you can start, and it will say the location of the bounty quest so you know where you have to go.
Of course. Whatever you say.
Shout out to the Nexus user More Sly for providing the normal and Khajiit dialogue. Also, the notes in the mod for older quests have been edited to not all appear the same, and I edited the text in the notes to frame the quests differently. New quests that have been added include: gather jewelry gems for a random affluent NPC in the hold low, mid, high variants. Transport a harvest from a farm in the hold to an NPC elsewhere near, mid, far variants. Kill an undead boss in the hold in a Nordic ruin for a priest type of NPC in the hold. Kill an archmage in the hold in a random dungeon for 2 random NPCs in the hold. Hunt a predator in the hold that has eaten a friend of a random NPC in the hold. You have to retrieve the remains of the friend and bring them back to the NPC. Save a captive quest where a random NPC in the hold has had their friend kidnapped by a random dungeon in the hold, and you have to get the captive out alive and back to the NPC. A variant of the save captive quest, but this time the captive is dead. Upon finding the body, you have to collect the captive's lucky item to show the NPC the friend is dead. And finally, find a thief in a dungeon quest. A thief has stolen an item off a random NPC in the hold and escaped into a random dungeon in the hold. Find the thief somewhere in the dungeon and retrieve the item. NPC selection for the quests has been greatly improved. I have put in many more conditions to make sure the NPCs selected are enabled, not dead, can actually speak, not hostile, etc.
It would seem so. Thank you. Here, this is for you.
Also, NPCs that are in orc strongholds or locked in guilds will only start to be selected once you complete certain quests and gain access to those NPCs.
Careful with that. It will be a good day. I can feel it in my gut.
Sithis whisper be upon you, sister. Of course. I suppose thanks are in order.
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure how courier-type quests worked before. When I decided to start a new game, I downloaded the original missives and just started to make changes, so I never experienced the original missives, just my edited version. By comparing the original quests to my edited quests, there is extensive changes. I'll just discuss how they work now, and it may or may not be similar to how it was. There always was near, medium, and far versions of these quests. The way I decided to separate them is, in theory, the length of distance you had to travel to complete the quest. For near quests, you have to transport the item to someone else within the hold, but not the same general area. Medium quests involve transport to an adjacent hold. Far quests is any place not adjacent to the current hold.
Of course. You've done well.
An example of each type would be if you were in Whiterun and got a near quest, you might have to pick up an item from Whiterun, Riverwood or Rorikstead and transport it to Whiterun, Riverwood or Rorikstead, but it won't go to someone in that same town or city. For medium, you would have to pick up an item from Whiterun, Riverwood, or Rorikstead and transport the item to an adjacent hold, Riften, Eastmarch, The Pale, Yalmarch, The Reach, or Falkreath. but not Hofengar or Winterhold. Far quests you would have to pick up an item from Whiterun, Riverwood, or Rorikstead and transport the item to Hofengar or Winterhold or any other place that is not next to Whiterun, so mod added places like Solstheim or any other new lands added by mods. A big change that alters the bounty quests is that the Jarl and Steward of the Hold no longer are the quest givers of these quests. These quests are now given by 2 random citizens of the Hold. It's just something you have to consider because the dungeon might be on the west side of the Hold, but to receive the reward you have to travel to the east side of the Hold or a city or town you had no intention of going to. Furthermore, if both quest givers die, the quest fails.
Guess they deserved it. You've done well.
The type of place you will be sent for these quests has changed. Along with being sent to animal dens for these quests, you can also be sent to Spriggan Groves or Falmer Hives.
It's really dead then. I'm grateful for your efforts. Here, take this.
There's a weird bug with Skyrim that sometimes NPCs, when they're in a sitting state, they become uninteractable. You can walk right through them. Sometimes when I set the thief to a downed state, they're considered to be in a sitting state, so what may happen is that they become uninteractable. To circumvent this bug, I placed an AI package on the thief where if you, the player, stand really close to the thief and considered to be in a blocking state, the thief will pop out of the sitting state and into a neutral standing position. Also important is you have to stay close and block for about 5 to 15 seconds for the thief to snap out of the animation. A blocking state can be done with a shield, two-handed weapon, one-handed weapon, torch but not dual wielding. Sorry folks, but to get around this bug, this is the best solution I could come up with. Maybe everyone won't come across this bug, but please try to keep this bug fix in mind when you are playing this or any other quest that involves an NPC in an animation.
Big change to these type of quests is that the NPC you have to kill is now considered a citizen of that hold, so it will be a crime if you are seen killing them.
Never should have come here.
You have committed crimes against Skyrim and her people. What say you in your defense?
I have also edited Andrilfasate's Solstheim Missives mod, and it now contains all the same upgrades and changes as the Great White North mod. Sorry to those who currently have the Missives Solstheim mod, but you will either have to continue using your current Missives Solstheim or replace it with mine. Can't have both. The Solstheim board has different textures now. Just thought I should spice it up a little. The new Dragonborn common NPC voice types are supported and can be selected for various missives quests.
Be careful. Mafala cloak you. You'd think Neloth was still a clan leader in House Telvar. That's it. The Azura, Mafala, and Borithia guide you.
Unique NPCs that can potentially be selected are Freya and Nelith.
Very well. Farewell, outsider.
What a waste of a good specimen. Are we done? I thought so. More of these things! Victorious again.
For the Hunt Predator quests, the Predator will be animals native to Solstheim along with some uncommon predators from Solstheim.
The mine's open, people are buying drinks, and I'm making money again. Just like old times. What's done is done. I really appreciate what you've done for me. I'll never forget it.
As soon as this version of Missives Great White North becomes available, I'm going to start working on my next big quest idea. I don't want to reveal it yet because I don't know if I can do everything I want to do with it, but I'm pretty sure I can. If someone can answer the following question, I would greatly appreciate it. I have never done the Civil War questline. For those that have, the military advisors, is there one always there? During and after the Civil War questline? Also in Markarth's Understone Keep, where the military advisor is, why is the door locked? If I unlocked the door, would it affect a Civil War quest? Is there a quest where you have to unlock this door and do something inside? Please post in the comments below if you know and which side of the questline you completed. Going forward, I do plan to focus on more engaging with hostiles and going into dungeons and doing something while inside. No more courier or gather quests. Also, I don't want to have quests that are straightforward, but the NPCs or elements in the quest will be presented in a random way or act in random ways, similar to the Locate Thief quests. In closing, be sure to track this mod so you can check out the update when it comes out and let me know what you think of the Locate Thief quests, yay, nay or indifferent. Also let me know of the other various changes I made, if you prefer the way the old mod used to do it.